Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 7, Chapter 15, The Believer. Welcome, everybody, to the penultimate episode of The Mandalorian. And before I get started, let me take care of some business and then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, basically what YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button down there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every week, and I stick to it mainly. This week's been a little bit funky, so I haven't really. And I have all the links to my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. No tier set up on the Patreon. I will do that once I hit 1,000 subscribers. That way, if you're giving me money, I can give you something in return. I've got some stuff worked out here. Also, I have the links to this Facebook page, my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. Hey, Cheryl Lara and Mufinobi and Joker and Filthy News. How's it all going? All right. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. You have been warned. And yes, I'm trying out a new light right now. You can see the glare in the background here. It's a little bit of a fill light there, and I don't know if that's working or if it's better or not. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I'm working on it. So this episode was written and directed by Rick Famuyiwa. Famuyiwa. I am going to murder his name. So he wrote and directed this one. I know a lot of people are kind of liking this episode. I'm not one of them. I found it to be kind of slow, but I'll get into it in a minute here. So, yeah, the whole thing with Mayfeld and getting Mayfeld out of prison, out of doing hard time there, and was kind of funny. And of course, him having to go to Morak, of all places, to get an Imperial terminal that he can, access where the hell Grand Moff Gideon is and his cruiser is at. Basically, I guess he can track the ships, the Imperial ships that way, which you would think if that was the case that the Republic would have cracked that a long time ago, or I should say the rebels would have cracked that a long time ago and would have used it to their advantage. But I'm not going to nitpick on that one. It turns out it's a secret Imperial mining hub, and so that's where they're going to go and find out where Grand Moff Gideon is, so that we can find Grogu. What the hell's going on with Grogu? Where he's at? And this whole episode is all supposed to be about what lines you're going to cross. Bill Burr's character Mayfeld at one point is talking to Mando when they're in the Juggernaut crawler, and they're going through and they're talking about what line people are willing to cross for what they believe in, and what they will do in order to achieve those goals. And if they set a line, how you're going to go across, how you'll go just a little bit further in order to do that. And if you know, he says, I like some of it, but not as much the last. Yeah, exactly. Same thing with me. So that whole thing, that whole idea of how far are you willing to go for your ideals is tested here. So you have Mando actually, or, Din Djarin, who has a strict code of not taking off his helmet. He decides to dress up as a stormtrooper. That's how he's still going to keep his helmet on. And they get inside the complex, of course, after fighting some pirates and whatnot, so that the Juggernaut doesn't explode, which was kind of good. You get to see Mando fighting. He still thinks he's using his own armor, and he's in stormtrooper armor, and he's getting the shit kicked out of him at one point. And he's like, okay, got to change up fighting styles here. And I kind of like that a little bit more. And then once he's inside the complex, of course, with Mayfeld, Mayfeld can't go in because he sees his old commanding officer, Valen Hess, and says, "Yeah, I'm not, nope, not going in there, not going in there." So Din Djarin goes in and takes off his helmet because his face needs to be scanned in order to get the information where Grand Moff Gideon is. And at this point, we meet Valen Hess, and we get a little information about Mayfeld, a little bit more on this one, that he was involved in something called Operation Cinder. Now, for those of you who don't know what the hell Operation Cinder is, this was something that has been talked about in where it first came up was in a Marvel comic, Star Wars Shattered Empire in 2015. Greg Rucka was the writer on this one. And really, what it was in the couple of weeks after the Battle of Endor, um, Emperor Palpatine had put together a plan in place if he ever died that people in the Empire would actually set up satellites around certain worlds. They had like 6 planets that they had in mind that would disrupt all the weather patterns and just cause havoc on these worlds and destroy them so that the rebels couldn't take control of the resources that were there. They were resource planets, essentially. And I guess Mayfeld was on one of them. And, he happened to be on Burnin Khan, is what it was called. And yeah, Burnin Khan also is something that was mentioned in Star Wars. And I'm looking at my notes here, Star Wars Uprising in 2015 as well. So we get some video game callbacks, we get some comic callbacks, we get all kinds of stuff in this series, which is kind of nice. It looks like everything's on the table for Star Wars with these series, or with this series, and I kind of like that they are pulling from everything. That nothing is a bad idea unless you're J.J. Abrams, but they're delving into past stuff, and I kind of like that they are actually using legend stuff, bringing that in, comic book stuff, video game stuff. Pretty much everything is fair game, and that's what you want in good writing. Movie Funobi says, "Was this episode's planet part of canon?" No. Morak is the this is the first mention of Morak is in this episode. Wikipedia, by the way, is your friend. Wikipedia is always awesome. Um, and yeah, I agree with you, Movie Funobi. I love that they are introducing more things in the canon. I love the way they do this. And so they of course find out where Grand Moff Gideon's ship is. They get the hell out of there. And I love Boba Fett. Actually, Boba Fett's cleaned up his armor too. I don't know if you noticed. He did a new paint job on his armor because it looked brand new. He did a little bit of work on that one. And he takes off, and basically I love how he takes out those 2 TIE fighters with that aerial burst, whatever that hell that was. It just kind of dropped him and took him out. And I was like, wow, that was actually kind of cool and efficient, like Boba Fett would do, you know. Um, and I don't know about you, but at the very end, when Din Djarin, when Mando sends that communique to Grand Moff Gideon saying, "I know where you are. I'm coming for you," all this kind of stuff. I know it was supposed to sound menacing, but it just kind of sounded forced. I don't know. There was something weird about it. I was kind of looking at it going, I don't know. Maybe it was just early in the morning for me. I don't know because I watched this at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, somewhere around there. And I was just like, "Really? Okay." It just seemed weird. It was a little out of place. It wasn't. I know it was supposed to be more like the Taken kind of thing where I know who you are and I'm coming for you and all that and it didn't play off that way. It just played off kind of weird, like almost stalkerish in a way. But Mufinobi says that was from the prequels, Attack of the Clones. Those charges were cool. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So, oh, that's what Grand Moff Gideon did to him. Got it, Dante. Yes. Yeah, his sounds more menacing though. Grand Moff Gideon's sounds a lot more menacing. This one was just kind of flat. If you guys go back and watch it, like I have, you'll see it just kinda like you're like, "Yeah, eh, okay." I think honestly, if you had Cara Dune, record that message, it would have come off a little bit more menacing. But, yeah. But I love that, also they let Mayfeld go. Um, he supposedly blew up in the refinery, explosion. And also he's like, "I didn't see your face. I don't know what you look like. See ya," after Mando, of course, had taken off his helmet to drink with, Valen Hess. And Valen Hess isn't gonna say who he looks like because Mayfield killed him. Hey, Raymond K. Hessel. Um, Raymond says, "I like how the TIE fighters saved them, last minute." Oh, yeah, yeah, the crawler chase scene, the Juggernaut chase scene. Yeah. And I love how Mayfield, when he's driving along and he sees the wreckage of these Juggernauts off to the side of the road, and he's like, "Fuck, you could have just left me back in the scrapyard. I didn't need to go on this mission." So, yeah. Oh, man. So, I mean, kind of a middle of the road episode for me, especially since it's the penultimate episode of of the season right now. We know that season 3, of course, is already underway. It's being filmed, or written, actually. We're not getting new episodes of season 3 until Christmas of next year. Is that Yeah, Christmas of next year is what I've been heard or what I'm hearing there. Um, and I'm excited for the finale of this to see where this goes. And hopefully we get some good stuff. I guess we're gonna have I was reading an article actually, which was kind of interesting, that was kind of liking this to the way the Magnificent Seven sets things up, where you have all these different characters, the way they and the Mandalorian is actually setting this up as well with the same type of characters for the Magnificent Seven to bring them all together to go after Grogu, at the end there. Yeah. Yeah, Mando is much more scary with all the armor. I agree with you, Dante S. Otherwise, he just kind of looks like a, you know, pudgy middle-aged guy. So that's all. Yeah, I know. Uh, Mufinobi says, I almost elected a K2SO model type droid for at the prison. What was that? Okay. Well, yeah, I thought it was almost. I thought it was like going to be one of those Rogue One kind of droids as well, but it's not. It's a little bit different. Raymond says they built up the face reveal in the episode, and when he took it off, it wasn't such a big deal. Yeah, it was just kind of. I don't know. There was beats of this that are just off on this episode. It I like Rick's directing. I like, for season 1, he did some good episodes. He did 2 episodes and they were damn good. This one just kind of fell flat for me. I don't know. Yeah. So, Mufinobi says, yes, but he relies on armor a lot. Yeah. He does rely on his armor. You saw that when he was fighting with the stormtrooper armor and he gets hit in the shoulder and the shoulder just, disintegrates. And he's like, ow, fuck. And then he realizes I got to change tactics and actually start fighting because this armor sucks. And yeah. Um, Dante S says, did you like Bill Burr better this time or no? No, I did not. I still think Bill Burr is playing a comedian that just happens to be dropped in the Star Wars universe. And hey, what about that chicken? Um, it just I don't know, for some reason he's not a person I would have picked to play that role. That's all. Um, there are probably at least 15,000 other actors that would I would fill in before that. But yeah, I mean, you could have gone with a little bit more of a Weasley character and a better actor than Bill Burr. So, yeah, the TPS reports line, I laughed about it too. I was just like, yeah, okay, TPS reports, yeah, Office Space, all right. And I don't know if that was Bill Burr ad-libbing or if that was Rick's writing in there, but I was like, yeah, you didn't need to put that in there. That was really just like, yeah, you kind of took me out of it for a second. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to next week. And also at the end of next week's review, episode and all that stuff. Well, I want you guys to put in the comment section for the next week episode. So you can win either the Return of the Jedi mug on that one, or that's the dark side. And that's the light side version. There you go. So there's going to be one winner of each of these, and then of course we got some runners up. So because no one usually answers when they win that stuff. And remember, it's only open to continental people in the continental United States because fucking international rates are expensive as all hell. Also, I would highly suggest if you're going to leave a comment in the comment section, don't do hashtags, don't leave web sites in there or anything like that. Don't do any of that shit because the filter ends up catching that. And sometimes I won't see it because it says held for review, and YouTube likes to do this little thing where it doesn't tell me that there's anything held for review in the comments, even though I'm looking for it. So yeah. So yes, Raymond, I did find your uh thing that you had posted a long time ago for the boys, like 2 months ago, and it was trapped in that filter because you put a hashtag in. That's the reason why I couldn't find that damn thing. So yeah, and I just found it tonight, as a matter of fact. So yeah, otherwise you would have gone in there. Yeah, yeah, you ended up kneecapping yourself with the hashtag on that one. It just caught it in the filter. That's all it was. I There are some very voracious bots out there right now that I swear to God, I must have deleted like about 40 different sex sites out of that filter. It was a dirty, dirty filter, is really what it was. At least it's clean now, at least for the time being. It'll probably get spammed up again and gunked up with all that sex.com shit. So it's basically Russian spam bots. And yeah, it's pretty bad. But anyway, you don't want to hear about my woes on that part. What else is coming up? So I didn't get a chance to do Who in the Hell is Bo-Katan? That's going to come up on Sunday, by the way. But before that, tomorrow is going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. And tomorrow is going to be a doozy because Disney released a shit ton of, and I'm not kidding you, it's a shit ton of stuff. And I'm going to go through it as best as I can. I don't know if I can because there's a lot of stuff, and we'll try and go through it together. Plus all the other news that came out as well. There was a lot of news this week. I mean, it was like someone backed up a fucking dump truck and just said, here's all the news you want. Oh, you want some more? Here's another dump truck. Here's some more on top of you. So Raymond says predictions for the finale. Will there be a cliffhanger? I'm going to say that Grogu does something spectacular. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say Grogu's going to do something spectacular in that Grand Moff Gideon is going to get injured, but still get away. Yeah. Yes, I saw that Joker that they're doing a price hike as well to it's only $1 though. I mean, they're going to $7.99. It's not like it's a big deal. And yes, Mufino, the Expanse does start next week. So let me start all over again. Tomorrow is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about when we talk about it. Sunday, I'm going to try and record a another episode of Who in the Hell Is, and this time Bo-Katan. I'm gonna try and get that one out. Monday will be his Dark Material, Dark Material. Um, Tuesday will be, is it worth my time? I haven't figured out what I'm doing as of yet. I'll figure something out. Wednesday, I Wednesday and Thursday I might leave blank because I got a lot of shit going on right now, and I've yeah. And then of course Friday we roll around to the season finale of The Mandalorian. So what I mean by I've got a lot of shit going on is I've told you all that I've got a new job that I'm going to be starting next month, and I've got to sell this place and buy another place and uh, all over the place. So yeah, I got a lot of shit that I got to get into and do, and I might neglect the channel for a little bit. That might be it. But yeah, I'm gonna apologize right now, and damn it, there we go. I had a notification popping up on my screen which shouldn't have popped up. Dante S says, "I'm so glad that okay, Gogu is more of a normal person now. The baby thing was getting annoying. I don't know if he's still a person, really. He's still kind of a baby thing." Mufinobi says, "I expected Din to say his name is Grogu when they talked about the little green guy and his kid." No, no, of course not. He still calls him kid. So he still calls him kid. I mean, he likes the name Grogu because, just because Grogu reacts to it. But yeah. Um, so one thing I don't know if you guys realize, do you guys ever watch the recaps when they do this? When they do the recaps there? Going back, Boba Fett actually says as soon as he and the child are reunited, that's when his obligation to Din Djarin ends. All he needs to do is reunite them, and I think Boba Fett's going to turn on him. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. I don't know why. I just do. I don't think he's the goody two shoes. There's something else that's going on with Boba Fett here, and we just don't know what it is as of yet. Why did he need a sharpshooter? Why does he need? Why did he need to resurrect Fennec Shand? He actually brought her back from the dead. Why? You know? Yeah. Thanks, Dante S, by the way, for that. Raymond K. Hessel says, while moving, you might find things you can give away on the channel. I don't have a mini fridge. Not anymore. That disappeared years ago in another move. Yeah. Dante S says, Boba seems too noble in this. Yeah, just a little too noble. So yeah, I'm fairly sure that Boba's gonna to double cross him. We're gonna leave off on a cliffhanger for an entire fucking year. We already know this. We're Star Wars fans. We're used to living on cliffhangers on this. Empire Strikes Back. Come on, search your feelings. You know it's true. No, that's impossible. Yes, he's your father, man. He really is. So, Joe says, interesting prediction. And they usually are. They're not right all the time. I mean, they can't be. Because I'm not in the writer's room, at least as far as you guys know. Sorry. Pepper almost fell off the bed. It was kind of funny. That's all. All right. I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. Like I said, what's coming up tomorrow and for the rest of the week here. You can always go to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule that's up there. Also, all the links to my social media. Also, the link to this page, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. And if you guys are still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down there. And while you're down there, if you can hit the like and the share button too, that'd be awesome. You can also hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. That's why you go to suspendedfanimation.com. Yeah. What if we are letting you go? That's a good move, Fenobi. I won't notice because it doesn't tell me if you guys are logging out or anything like that. So have a good one. Uh you liked Kid Boba the best, really, Dante S? I feel so sad for that kid that that played him. I mean, he's older now, but he's on the convention circuit like a lot. I wish he just would have gotten like better acting gigs, things like that. I am excited about Hayden Christensen playing Darth Vader of the Obi-Wan series. I mean, fuck. That was actually kind of a good one. That was a good uh I have to say that that's actually kind of cool. I know Hayden Christensen gets a lot of shit for the prequels, but that's the direction. That was all the direction and the dialogue that was written for him. He's actually a competent actor. He really is. And he's a decent actor. But he unfortunately signed up for the prequels for a really big role and got shat upon. So, with that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody. Um, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up, having to go to Morak to infiltrate an imperial mining colony, a secret imperial mining colony, only to find out that you need to get your face scanned. But make sure they don't have your genetic code. Otherwise, you're going to set off alarms. And if that happens, then you're kind of screwed because there's a whole bunch of imperial stormtroopers there and whatnot, and you need to take them out. You need sharpshooters and Boba Fett. And okay, now I'm just rambling. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, take care, be well, stay safe, and wear a mask, all that kind of good stuff. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.